All right, what is going on, guys? Happy Sunday. We've got NFL, we got NBA. We're going to go through the NFL games. Not going to talk about the NBA games, but I will give you some props I like. Really, the only game I would maybe bet in terms of, win or loser would be Clippers and the Nuggets. And I would lean towards taking the Clippers plus 2.5, I believe. But let's talk about yesterday. Quick recap. We had a pretty decent day. We went 3-1 in college football. I hate Ohio State right now. I don't even want to talk about it. NBA, we went 4-2. Cade Cunningham did not play, so that sucked. Kyrie had a day. Malcolm Brogdon let us down on the over 3.5 assist. He was looking pretty good, just could not get that last assist for us in the last quarter and a half. And then college basketball, we went 3-1. So overall, 10-4 on the picks that I gave out yesterday. We'll take that. That's a pretty solid day. All right, let's get into this NFL slate. Give you guys some plays. So I'm going to give you 4 NFL plays, 4 NBA plays. All right, Cardinals and the Vikings. Vikings at home. Danny Dimes on the practice squad. I don't know. Could we see a competition? Potentially. It's a good spot to take the Vikings minus 3.5. I think it's pretty perfectly placed. Would love to see that at minus 2.5. So that could be something where I kind of put this into a teaser of sorts here. So Vikings minus 3.5. Chargers and the Falcons. I think it should be a pretty good game. I think the Chargers D is not as great as maybe it's made out to be. I do kind of lean towards the over 47.5 in this one. I like the Justin Herbert over 20.5 pass completions. I didn't pull the trigger on that, but I do like that play today. To me, Falcons are a weird team, man. When I've played them at home, they just have not come through for me. So Chargers -1 in this spot for me. Colts and the Patriots. I really like the Colts minus 2.5 today. I think that Richardson continues to play pretty well. I think Jonathan Taylor has a good bounce back day today. If he can get on the outside here, he should find some success. I was also looking at taking his over longest rush, but didn't quite make the final card. Is a play I like, though. All right, Titans and the Commanders. I think Jaden Daniels runs wild on this team. Titans give up the most rushing yards to QBs. So I think his line is 36.5, maybe 38.5, somewhere in there. Almost took it. Still kind of looking into that one. I might. A little concerned with Washington, just have not looked good the past couple of weeks. I think Daniels is still kind of dealing with that lingering rib injury. That said, I think it's a good bounce back spot against a Titans team on the road. I think if the Titans were at home, I would probably be on the other side of this coin, but Washington -6 in this spot for me. Seattle Seahawks and the Jets, Jets. Can they bounce back today? One prop I was looking at in this one is Geno Smith under his passing yards. It's like 238.5. Didn't pull the trigger on that one. Another play I liked in this game was Garrett Wilson over 20.5 for his longest completion. Another one that just didn't quite make the final card, but I do like it. Tricky spot here. I think Seattle's going to try to run the ball. I don't think they're going to have a ton of success. And last I checked, Metcalf and Lockett are on the injury report. So if those two don't play, this is pretty much a Jets plus 1.5, in my opinion, at home. So we'll have to see. Texans and the Jaguars. Love the Texans here, -3.5. But play I like more than that is the over 43.5. This has already jumped to 44.5 in this one. So it's still 43.5 here. I got it at 43.5. It looks like it just jumped to 44. So still don't mind it at 44.5 either. I think Trevor Lawrence has a pretty decent day. I like Trevor Lawrence over his passing yards. It's at 209, 210, somewhere in that range. I think he has an okay day throwing the ball. I'm a little reluctant, though, because he's coming off of injury. Who knows if he plays the entire game? But I do think the Texans are vulnerable. One play I like is Nico Collins over 27 yards for his longest reception. That is a play that is on the card today. So minus 3.5 for Houston in this spot. Steelers and the Bengals. This is where I'm personally biased. I'm a Bengals fan, so I want to go Bengals -3. That said, you really don't fade Pittsburgh getting points on the road. It's just kind of a thing you don't do. So I would lean Pittsburgh +3 in the spot. They're just playing good football. Bengals have been the Bungles. So Pittsburgh +3 in this spot for me. I think worst case, you're pushing that. So I like that line a lot at +3. All right, Rams and the Saints. I think Kyron Williams gets in the end zone today. Saints have been going a lot to Taysom Hill. I did look at his over receiving yards. He has been crushing it with the targets. So another one, I still need to do a little more research on that. Will probably be there in some degree. Maybe take like an over 25 or something like that and pair it together with something else that I was looking at. So, but to me in the spot, I think this is Rams -2.5 here. Puka, Nakua, Kupp, Kyron Williams, just too many offensive weapons, and I don't trust I don't trust Carr whatsoever. Buccaneers and the Panthers. Tampa Bay -6.5. Such a weird line. This line makes no sense. I mean, you got Mike Evans back. They're looking pretty good offensively. That said, the Panthers are looking better. Don't get me wrong. But a good spot to take Tampa Bay -6.5. I'm just not ready to jump on the Carolina Panthers bandwagon here until I see something a little more out of this team. Game of the day, Eagles and the Ravens. Ravens -3 at home against the Eagles. The issue for me is the Ravens can't stop the pass. The question is, will Hurts be able to actually take advantage of that? I like Saquon Barkley over his receiving yards. I think it's 16.5. I think that'll be a fairly popular play today. Didn't put it on the card, but definitely one that will be in my slip somewhere today. But for me, it's Eagles +3 in this spot. And then our last game, Monday, we'll save for Monday. Actually, you know what? I do have a play in that Monday game that I gave out. So there's something I like that I locked in early. 49ers and the Bills. It is going to be very snowy in Buffalo. They're doing that thing where they call for volunteers to come help dig them out. 49ers traveling there. I don't think they're going to handle the cold weather too well. They're missing 2 offensive linemen. They don't have Bosa. You've got Brock Purdy coming back from a shoulder injury. He's going to be playing, but how effective will he be? To me, is a great spot to take the Bills -6. Love Bills -6 in the spot. So that's what I've got for that one. All right, let me give you guys some plays and get you on your way, which I did make a mistake. So we'll jump to the very bottom here. So Bo Nix, replace that with Saquon Barkley over receiving yards today. This is one I wanted locked in for the Monday night because it's definitely going to jump up. First play is in the NBA. Ben Simmons under 6.5 rebounds. He's under this in 4 of the last 10 games. He's under this in 6 of 7 versus Orlando. He did hit 7 against them the last time he played, but that was due to injuries. There's some guys that are coming back. I think he transitions more into that point guard role where he's focused more on getting assists than rebounds. All right, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander over 11.5 rebounds plus assists. He's over this in every game with Hartenstein in the lineup. So I think he will crush this today. I've got him projected for 14. So goes over this by 2 in my projections. Desmond Bane for the Grizz over 8.5 rebounds plus assists. A little dicey, but he's over this in 7 of his last 10 games. I think this is a good spot for him to absolutely crush this line against a Pacers team that doesn't play a ton of D. They don't try too hard to rebound. So he should be able to sneak in some boards, and then hopefully he can steal a couple assists away from Ja. All right, Jacob Poeltl over 10.5 rebounds. He's over this in 6 of his last 8 games. He had 10 versus Miami 2 days ago, but he got in a lot of foul trouble and did not play a ton. So I like him to go over this line today. Couple leans. I don't mind Bam Adebayo over 9.5 rebounds. That was another one I looked at. If you want some parlay pieces, which I gave you guys 2 dance partners yesterday, I gave you Trae Young over 3.5 turnovers, Kevin Durant over 8.5 rebounds plus assists. Both of those hit for the dance partners. So 2 for today. Ja Morant over 7.5 assists, -142 on DraftKings. And Kessler for the Jazz over 8.5 rebounds. Lakers are terrible at giving up rebounds to the center position. So I don't mind taking Kessler or John Collins over rebounds today. Definitely could see both of them potentially hitting. Lakers on the road, just games tend to be tighter. Even though the Jazz aren't great, I still think they keep it tight until maybe halfway through the fourth quarter. So Kessler over 8.5 rebounds. All right. Texans and the Jaguars are NFL plays over 43.5. I just think the Jags, they should be able to find the end zone at home. I think the Texans do their thing. Definitely could see Texans scoring, 28 plus. So I like them in that spot. Bills -6 versus 49ers. I already talked about that, all the injuries and everything they have. And then Nico Collins over 27.5 longest receptions. He's over this line in 9 of his last 10 games. Now, the only game he didn't hit this was against the Jaguars. He had 26 yards. So missed it by 1.5 yards. Very good chance he just blows this in the first quarter. They do like to take those deep threats to Nico kind of early in the game. So I could definitely see him going over this line. Another line I like is going to be Tank Dell's over receiving yards. I think there is a heavy focus on Nico today. Should open up the field for Tank Dell. You could also look at Kyle Stover, taking his over. If you don't know, Kyle Stover and I can't think of his name, CJ Stroud, played together at Ohio State. So there's a lot of connection there. We're starting to see it come together the last couple of weeks. He is running some really good routes. If you look at his route shares, I mean, he's actually outpacing Dalton Schultz right now. So I do like his over receiving yards. So that's another angle you can take. All right, that is going to do it for me, guys. Appreciate you tuning in. Subscribe to the channel. It's absolutely free. Helps us grow. Give the video a thumbs up. Comment down below with your favorite plays. And if you want to join the Discord, it is free. Link is down below. We post plays there, and the betting card gets posted there before it shows up on YouTube. So have a great day. Good luck with the games today.